say goodbye. Someone help me see it. Someone help me free this feeling. Someone help.
Good morning, people, and welcome to the full moon in Sagittarius. This is very exciting. We all have waited for this, if we know it or not. And obviously, now that this is in Sagittarius, it is ruled by the major arcana. Oh, here it is. The Temperance. Look at the colors. A lot of different colors. A lot of activation, crown chakra, everything. There's something special that has happened with your heart chakra of late. Yeah. And one thing that came in is that something might have happened April last year. It could be April this year, but for a lot of you, I feel like April last year resonates more. I have a lot of things that I have channeled through because I have been channeling through and writing down things that I want to talk about for the past week. So I have 3 different papers, and I actually realized, because I was looking for something else, that I wrote down something that I totally forgot that I wrote down. So we have a lot of things that we're going to go through. But the energy that is today is this, or with this full moon, is the choice or the decision that we are making right now is the right decision. And I have this feeling that the decision comes with forgiveness and patience. It's no rushing through things decision. I just grabbed my accessolite. I have made a video about accessolite, so I will link it up here. Someone actually made a comment under the video that I made, so it's a bit funny because I actually slept with accessolite under my pillow, and I had the craziest dreams last night. Yeah, so the awakening of something higher inside of you is happening for sure. And no matter if you have Sagittarius or not, something is being activated when it comes to the Sagittarius energy, when it comes to the adventurous energy inside of us, and I'm going to get into that. But we all, well, most of us, we have Sagittarius somewhere in our chart. It might not be the normal ones, but it can be one of the not so known planets, or yeah, celestial placements that we have in our chart, where Sagittarius is there. For me, I do know that I have Sagittarius in Juno, which is all about the soulmate, and I have Sagittarius somewhere else. And I remember when I got like a reading by David Wells, he did talk about that and that was before that he knew that I was a photographer, because he said that a good thing for me would be to work with photography, because that Sagittarius, in whatever placement that was, sees the world through pictures and has the ability to portray a vibe into pictures. So that, I also feel, is something for you. There's something with photography, which makes sense because, you know, this modern world is all about social media. We share things through social media. We actually, a lot of the time, heal other people through what we share, and sometimes we don't really realize that. So I just want to put that out. But there will be a lot of good ideas coming your way with this moon. And like I said, there is this success, that word, that comes from balancing out things in your life. Having patience. Patience is the way, now that we have Saturn in retrograde in Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius. So right now we are learning very, very important steps and lessons that actually will be very beneficial for us. They will help us a lot for future decisions. And you know what, it's so funny because I feel that orange is a color that is associated with Sagittarius, well, obviously fire, And I have a orange candle. This is the last candle that I have left from the candles that I got from Kiri when we did the calendar, advent calendar. Do you guys remember that? The advent calendar. That was fun. And I have an orange lighter. So orange. We also have this that I'm going to pull at the end. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we will take it as it comes. But I will say that you are being guided by things that feels best. I don't know what I should start out with, but let's start out with this thing that I wrote down last week, I feel. As far as I know and remember, this is a super moon. I can be wrong, but I wrote down super moon, so it might be a super moon. We do have a more optimistic outlook on life at this point in our journey. We are more confident. If you feel like you are now not confident yet, it's something that has already been pushed into your life, but obviously being confident comes with us being ourselves. So it's all about being you, with everything that you might feel as a niggle or triggers, everything. Plus there is this full boost of manifestation going on. We manifest exactly what it is that we want. So also be careful what you manifest. And I actually want to share something with one of my brothers. He's been so much complaining about money, about the gas prices, about everything is becoming you know, more expensive. And he just got his or they just got their new car fixed because something was wrong with it. And yesterday it broke again. And I was trying to explain to him, like, well, that makes sense. You know, if you complain about money, something, you know, it's so funny because it's always the car or it's always technology that breaks. And, you know, sometimes we just need to put love out. So if there's something breaking, I feel that it's actually a sign for you to be aware of, okay, am I complaining about the situation? Because I promise you that, yeah, things are tough right now, but we're going to go through it. We have each other. We put out the energy of healing, of money, the candle flickered. So things will come back to normal when it comes to gas prices and whatever else. We are in the Age of Aquarius, people, so we are moving into a healthier lifestyle. Oil is not really the most beautiful thing for our planet, so it makes sense that things are happening right now where we go more green. But I do want to put pressure on this energy of being afraid of what's happening and feeling like there's not enough, because there will always be enough. The universe will always make sure that you receive whatever it is that you need, but we also need to be open to that. So it might come from different sources. It might come because we put ourselves out there. You need to ask for help. Like I did in the, I can't remember what video it is, but that's not long ago, where I talked about this, not super chat, but it's the thank you that you guys can do underneath the video somewhere. Like give me a thank you and then you can donate $1 or whatever it is. For me that was so hard to put out, because I was like, oh, you know, okay. Money is knocking on the door. It's not possible that someone can knock at that door, because there is an outside hallway out here, and there is a door here, and there is a door that goes out there to the garden, and they are both locked. And there is the door going up to the main building, but the front door is locked. But I heard the knocking on the door into the studio, which cannot be possible because I would have seen someone. I don't know if you guys heard it. Interesting that it happened when I talked about that. And I totally forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I was a little bit like, oh, I can't do that. But again, if you don't ask, how are people supposed to know that there is something called a thank you or donation button? And to receive, we do need to ask and take action. That is what I'm trying to tell you guys. So don't be afraid of asking for money or asking the universe to give you some kind of sign of how to make more money. Because there is always possibilities. Some of you guys can post a TikTok and get a sponsorship out of it, where people actually like what you post, and then because you put yourself out there, someone wants to pay something so that you promote a product, right? I mean, again, whatever it is you want to create, do not be afraid of putting it out there now. The camera just decided to shut off for some reason, so hello, we're back. But yeah, do not be afraid. Also, another thing that's happening, or that has been going on for the past days, is that has been an energy cleanse going on. An energy cleanse that you can feel. You can maybe feel like you are have been dizzy, or you feel like there's a dust of wind coming at you, or it's windy outside. If it's windy outside, I would say go outside and let the wind blow your way. The 2 daily readings that I have posted, I made them last week, and it was very windy at that point. So yeah, wind cleansing. The wind is also bringing in a lot of things. I'm a little bit confused, but what did I write? Oh, okay. I don't know what I mean with this, but let's read this together. Your outfits the next days should be connected with hope, faith, and optimism. Oh, okay. I think it's so funny when you write down things and they're like, what did you mean? Your outfit can obviously also be the energy of being faithful, optimistic, smiles, yellows, flowers. Just be free. Thank you, past Sandra. Okay, I'm just looking at the time because I have a customer later. Something is coming into your life to expand your mind and expand your abilities. Pay attention what this is, because it shifts a lot of things in your life, and I feel this is something that's shifting on a global, can I call it a global mindset everywhere. We are jumping into being truth seekers, and we are jumping into being more adventurous. And to become more adventurous, we need to also become balanced and become patient, because everything takes time, especially when Saturn is in retrograde, because things do go a little slow. One day it can go very, very fast, and the next day it can go very, very slow. Yeah. The most random thing just came in, and I don't know why, but I have this feeling that someone watching, you've been a part of a TV show lately, where you had a weird feeling with the outcome, in a way, but you shouldn't worry about that. I don't know what that is about, but if it's you, there you go. Tap into this. Sometimes, you know, spirit is just, yeah, maybe it's about spirits, hauntings, something. Okay. But whoever was here to say this is already gone. I wonder if it's like grandmother or something. Another thing I wrote down is, don't be surprised if you're drawn to adventure, Disney, funny movies, fantasy movies the next days. Which is funny, because I have been very much drawn to those kind of movies. Also like Halloween movies, like the older ones, like Halloween Town and stuff like that. I've really been drawn to that. Plus, there's something I'm watching. If you haven't watched this, you should watch it, and that is Dash and Lily on Netflix. I believe it's called Dash and Lily. It's heartwarming. Plus, I watched this on Netflix and I was just crying so much. And it's actually from a real story. What is it called? Something about the tree from heaven, or heaven tree. What is it? I watched it yesterday, where the girl is sick and something is happening with a tree on their property, where she gets healed. Oh, Miracles from Heaven. Yeah, so really dig into those movies. And then I wrote down, awareness appear in unusual ways. Or answers, okay, but awareness appears in unusual ways. We are telling the truth to people, and people are telling the truth to us. Now I want to take this piece of paper. Yes, I don't know how long this is going to be. People will, here we go. So we have Sun in Gemini, which with this combination, it reflects on a topic that came to your attention in December 2001. Especially the first week of December. week before, week after. And you know what's funny? Because at that time I had the hand situation. You guys remember? That was heavy. And around the 4th of December, I sent pictures to a friend of mine of my healing process, because it was healed. It was actually a very big thing for me. So it's so interesting that if we look back at what happened in 2021 in December, that there is something, also because, like we spoke about, there is something about the heart chakra, and our hands are an extension of our heart. And I have learned, or needed to learn, a lot about having my heart chakra open, giving, receiving, right? As we spoke about, ask and you shall receive. Receive. Then Saturn in Aquarius is in a very balanced way, but the energy is a bit intense with Neptune in Pisces. So there is a lot of stabilities, there is a lot of rewards, there is this energy of needing to look a little bit closer, or needing, like me and Spirit said, to realize that things come to you, answers come to you in very unusual ways, especially with visions, because that has been a big topic, dreams and visions. You're working on something that has been your main future goal at this moment, and even though you feel like you do tiny steps, it's actually big steps. It's bigger steps than you think, but you might also feel like you had to give up something for this. And I will say, for some of you guys, there might be this energy of letting go of people. So people can be many things. People can be friendships. My leg just got super warm. I don't know why. Well, it's actually the leg where I had the ankle kind of thing. But you might feel like you need to let go of a friendship, or something with a family member, or something with a workspace colleague. But it's obviously different things for different people, but it could be because there was too much negative energy that impacted your future way of looking into your goals, or going after your goals. Like someone who might have been holding you back without knowing that they were holding you back. Like there was not enough freedom, because Aquarius is linked together with freedom. It's also linked together with worthiness. We want to feel worthy. We want people to, let me reframe that, or rephrase that. We want to feel, we want to know that we're going in the right direction. I'm not going to cut that out, because that I really had a hard time getting that out, but I feel that in between what I just said, someone understood something else, or you got something else in your mind, like you finished my sentence even though that I turned it. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Because I probably would have cut it away, because that I would have been feeling like I was confusing to listen to. But again, Spirit, you know, while you're speaking, Spirit does have a tendency to come in and be like, oh, go back, think about this, say this instead. Because again, sometimes our brain is so fast, especially if you are air sign. Yeah. Okay, so everything got set in that. Yeah, you might again be in the process of thinking like you need to give up on something, or you might be pushed into letting go of something in the future. And this can also be a car, it can be a place, it can be an old habit, a situation, a thing, again alcohol if it's about addictions, or overeating, whatever it is. There's something that we might need to let go of, something that's not working anymore. So because of Neptune, everything might not be as it seems, because Neptune is very mysterious. Neptune is also the planet that rules planets. Yes, it's the planet that rules aliens. So there might be something with aliens, and there might be something with beings, or something coming in where you feel something but you don't really see it. Like I had the experience with the person wrapped in cloud. The interesting thing is that I talked with a friend about it, and while I was talking with her, I had this feeling like maybe spirit doesn't feel like I'm ready to see the full-on person, because I would probably have freaked out if I saw a full-on person. But another thing that came to mind is that we don't know really how aliens look, so maybe they look very different from what we expect at the picture that we have. So if I would have seen a blue being, you know, with, I don't know, with ears or something, red eyes, I would maybe have gone crazy, right? So I also feel like that could be why things are wrapped, or why we see light or shadows or something like that, because that we need to be prepared to see whatever comes. So just be aware of that yeah, everything might not seem as it is. There is this uncertainty, which, you know, you can combine this to many things in your life. There's also this feeling like you're being left behind in a way. Like maybe you decide to actually leave a group of people. Maybe that's something about spirituality or a friend group. But there's no support, or there's no understanding when it comes to your pathway right now. And I feel like if you would have stayed with them, I feel like they would have dragged you out of actually believing in love and happiness and aliens and the spiritual. Maybe some of the guys are hanging around people who don't have a clue about tarot cards or crystals or something like that, and because that these people might be very cool or have influence or whatever it is, it might just resonate for one. You stay with them and you kind of drift off your chosen path or your real path. So just be aware of that. Yeah, this month brings so much clarity, especially when it comes to leaving behind painful events, when it comes to leaving behind suffering, whatever has happened to us in the past. I don't know why I heard burning child, but it's not like a child burning. It's more like, I feel like it's associated with something here, or someone is here, I feel. Yeah, I feel like someone is here, like looking through things. Looking at things, not through things. And I don't know why I feel this person is like barefooted? Barefooted? I think someone is a little shy. We let whoever it is look. And if they want to come in, if they want to talk, they're gonna talk. I just felt like there was something. Okay. Yes. I seriously feel like as someone who's like, you know, walking around, just being like looking at things, not really talking, just being like, huh. What is all this? What year is this? So another thing I got in is that there could have been someone who was wearing a mask. Like you thought it was a person you could trust. Or there could have been some kind of situation where there's been some kind of delusion in the past. But I feel with whatever that is, there will be a lot of clarity with this. The camera stopped, but I really feel there will be a lot of clarity when it comes to this situation. This moon is really bringing in a lot of things, even too that it might come slowly, or it might come in pieces, or if you have to wait a little bit, but it will come. You know what it is that you need to release in any situation, where you need to surrender. I don't know who is here, but it actually doesn't feel like a human. It feels like, well, you know, I thought to myself that it feels like a fae. Is that how you say that? I feel that's a very old way to say that. A fae? A fairy? A fae? Well, maybe it is a fae. Just looking at things is being very, yeah, like not really, I don't know. And instantly I was like, oh, I can't say that, you know, why is that I can't say that it's a fae? Yeah, well, thank you. I wonder if it's one of you guys' faes. If you believe in fairies, faes, this being keeps being fae. Is it a name, or is it really like a translation, or is it really like fae? Is that a way of saying fairy? Because there's bare feet, that is for sure. Very connected. Okay. And it's a female. Yeah. Even true that I just got in that it's not a gender. But in our terminology, we would say that it's a female. Okay, so we have a lot of things to go through, people. So grab your snacks and a bucket of I don't know, a bucket of cheese sticks, a bucket of chips, something. I also wrote down that could be a tip when it comes to communication, adventures, learning, education, traveling, transportation, understanding the meaning of information in a new way. It's about logic and it's about faith. So again, it's this balancing act. Pouring faith into logic. Yeah, the meaning of understanding the meaning of information in a new way. Also, he's balancing his toe in water. Hey, he's barefooted. Is it you, Temperance? Walking around here. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I mean, we have so much to learn. I just heard that, but that was from one of my spirit guides. We have so much to learn when it comes to beings, because what we think is not always exactly how it is, because there's so much more. There's so many there's so many more beings that we don't even have a clue about yet. We are also leaving behind, and we did touch upon in the other thing we talked about, that we're leaving behind old belief systems, old mentalities, habits, everything of that. We are also completing important chapters when it comes to education. There's a lot of this energy with education or with learning, and even though this is happening, the path might not be super clear for where you are going next. What is your next steps? What is your next chapter? But there will be this sense of relief, there will be this sense of faith. Like, even though we don't know all the beings, I'm like pointing, like I don't feel like the being is actually here at all anymore. Even though we don't know everything, we are being guided to take steps, and we are learning as we go about what comes with the Age of Aquarius, or what comes with yeah. So a lot of rewards, a lot of miracles are coming our way. But again, when it comes to the next steps, the universe is saying slow down. See where you are and see how far you have come, because that is actually making things unfold. And like I said, for a lot of us, we are stepping into a new way of doing things. A complete new way. Pay attention to news coming your way with focus on traveling, education, transportation. So there might be something with transportation, which can be many things. It can be cars, it can be buses, planes, something new. Maybe some of you guys are overcoming fears when it comes to transportation of a plane, like more. I think for me it's more the fear of the airport, and doing things by myself, because sometimes I'm just too much in my head and I'm like afraid of taking the wrong gate or being late or whatever, which is, again, hearing myself say it is just so silly, right? So again, it's overcoming the fear. Yeah. And I will say also with the Temperance and the Sagittarius energy, there is a lot of focus on other countries or other cultures. So we are expanding, and we have had a lot of time throughout this situation where we had a lot of time thinking about other countries, because we were locked inside our country. Whatever is happening right now with Saturn, it's actually pretty badass, even though that it is in retrograde and a little bit slow, but it actually makes us jump into new things, new magic, balance out and follow the pathway, even though that you can't see what is waiting for you. You're very excited to actually start out that new journey. And I feel for you, it really helps you to commit to what is true for you, what is exciting for you. I don't know why, but I heard someone say 2 parts. 2 parts, I don't know what that means. 2 parts. Things are coming together. Okay, so before I go through the things that I actually wanted to make or talk about in another video, let's just go through the last thing with Jupiter because we have Jupiter that's still in Aries, we have Aries that's really bursting out the flames, and we have Sagittarius, which is also fire. So it helps us going after things without being afraid, and we are letting go of these limitations that fear brings. And you know, obviously Aries is also a sign of new beginnings, new circles. And I feel like we spoke about with last year that there has been an ending of something that is now coming full circle for you. Like you are ready. Yeah. Even if things go slowly, you are ready. Fight for your passion. And also with balancing out Mercury at the moment. Mercury is the messenger bringer. It's ruled by the mind. So if you are a lot in your mind, also if you look at this picture, there is this awareness going on. There is something happening. You are for sure going to receive some kind of news very soon. But the news has a lot of clues when it comes to your next steps, when it comes to where you need to go. Who is in your life? What tools do you need? What needs to be done before that you actually move forward? And another thing that I really have felt heavily is that we leave tools to our family members at the moment, to our friends, or to people who might not be so active in our life. Not that they are never going to be in our life, but if you are someone who's been guided to go out there in the world, you might be worried about, well, what about my family? And family is linked together with lessons on our journey. Family is actually very important to us. No matter how shitty you might feel like your family is, there is a karmic link with family. And you are there to put tools to your family so that they can overcome whatever it is that they need to overcome. You are not supposed to fix them. And you might have tried to fix them for the longest of times, and it doesn't work because it's not your job. But right now you're learning to leave tools behind to people that you have a karmic bond with. And like I said, for a lot of you guys, a family is linked in this. Yeah, so the last thing that I want to point out that I wrote down, that I actually started channeling in for another video, but let's go through it. There's no limits because you are expanding. Everything is possible for you at this point in your life. You need to trust your higher self, because your higher self is you. Always trust that you are always capable of guiding yourself to your destination, to the next steps. You always guide yourself to love. You always choose love. Always. Even though there has been something popping up in the past. Find out with this full moon what is true for you on your pathway. And now I'm holding a rose quartz, so maybe rose quartz would be a good idea for you. I felt like there was a voice. But find out what's true for you, not what's true for someone else. Feel how you feel with the steps that you take, because you're the one walking, right? So if someone else is like, oh my god, how are you walking? Or why do you have those shoes on? Or why do you carry that? Why do you look like that? Well, it's not their journey. So with that, let's take the last card. I know, people, this is a long one, but if spirit wants to get things true, it will get things true. And this is the Journey of Love. It is actually one of my favorite tarot decks. Dream a little. Yeah. This is the card that I'm going to choose to read up from, but I'm just going to show the other ones as well. We have Sensual Awakening, which I feel speaks for itself. The bride offers herself. Look at all the red. There's a lot of red. Heart of the moment. Oh my god. Passion, we spoke about that. Your heart is awakening to passion. The void. You just can't make that up, because you're stepping into the unknown. Throat chakra, blue. So I will take the book and I will read up this. A lot of you guys, you are very ancient souls, like you have lived different lives in different worlds, realities. The divine wants to bless you with inspiration, just as a lover would come to the door of the beloved with a spontaneous gift of flowers. We got something with flowers earlier. So dream a little. Left your... I don't know if this is a typo, but it does say left your imagination wander. Shouldn't it be leave your imagination wander? Oh, it should be let... Okay. Left. Well, maybe it's because you left something. I think it should be let your imagination wander and wander. Wander and wander. What if? What else could be? Breaking down the rigid walls of expectations. Just because something has been does not indicate that it must continue in the same way. So dream a little and receive your spiritual gift. This oracle brings you guidance. A spiritual gift of inspiration is on its way, or has just recently been received. It isn't flight of fancy. It's a gift from the divine. Receive it and believe in new possibilities. Wow. Again, I also just paid attention to the orange because, again, Sagittarius. That is going to be it, people. Go out there, shine your light, show your colors. Yeah, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for being here. And again, thank you for just being here, for donations, for all the love, for all the comments, for the likes, because it means so much. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow in the day. Bye.
I wanna lose myself again. Please get out of my mind. Just get out of my sight. Let me go